Welcome, everyone, to another beautiful episode of Everybody Loves Tom. And, because, I mean, come on. Everybody does, right? Right?
Well, everybody does.
Everybody except maybe PETA?
PETA.
Love to hate, hate to love.
Yeah.
I guess we should address the tiger in the room.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a teachable moment.
Yeah.
An educational moment for those who aren't educated or informed on this matter, which we weren't.
We definitely were not.
Yeah, actually, I think all of us learned something.
I did.
Yeah.
Because if I wasn't too scared, I might fell for it and go in also. But I was scared.
Yeah.
No chance I was ever getting in a cage with a tiger under any circumstances.
Not
but
for me.
no matter how ethical.
I was so distracted by that being this like a face your fear kind of moment.
Yeah.
And obviously this wasn't something we had planned.
Yeah.
We were out at the boat market, and one of our tour guides showed us a picture of him with the tiger, and I was like, whoa, that's so cool. And then they ended up it was across the street from where we got on the boat.
It was actually really cool.
And in Tom's defense, one of your first questions you asked was like, is it ethical? Because, I mean, I think we were all aware that it can be a dubious at best industry. Yeah. But this came highly lauded. And they said not only do they contribute a significant portion of their profit to conservationship, they don't drug or sedate the animals, no corporal punishment, right?
They were very aware too.
And it's like it's a sanctuary. Well, this is what they told us, but
they told us it was.
I don't know.
I don't know what a sanctuary.
It was a sanctuary.
And we literally pulled up there. It wasn't planned, and I was just like, "Whoa, this is when I'm on a vacation like this, when I'm visiting, and somebody's like, hey, do you want to try the weird tea? Do you want to, they bungee jump over here. I'm the person that always wants to say yes.
The whole theme of the trip, one of the reoccurring
we did try a lot of things.
We did try a lot of things.
Do as the locals do was our mantra.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that spot in particular came recommended by a few locals. So anyways.
And it was like a beautiful place,
Yeah.
like well done, and I don't know. I've been to the zoo before. I don't know.
I actually think Peter and including Lala, they were actually very nice about it. I don't know her take. Maybe the wording she used in front of you, she was a little bit more passionate. But I actually think that they're both very nice, assuming you don't know any better.
I don't. I've not really done a lot of research. I watched, obviously, if we were to roll up to a place of like, some guy's trailer and he's got like, lions caged up and like
that we know. That we definitely know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like a classy joint, but I like that they were constructive in their criticism of you.
I think so, and they show us the rule of thumbs. If you get to interact with wild animals, then usually they're not considered sanctuary.
Okay.
No matter
that's
how. That's what Lala said.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I mean, I think I vaguely knew that the commodification of wildlife in general is usually not a good thing, right? We all kind of knew that.
Yeah, but I think it's also confusing sometimes because when you watch documentary, you would see some of the sanctuary place. They would show they'll educate people with the wild animals together with the guests. So some people may get confused. I watch a lot of animals documentary, but I focus on watching the animals, not watching what is documentary. I mean, what is sanctuary and what is animal rescue.
Yeah.
But even some of the animal rescue plays, they look like a dumb. I'm sorry.
This place,
they're doing good things, but
yeah. Why don't you read the PETA letter?
Okay,
I didn't see it.
I'm gonna read it.
I read it. They were actually very nice. They just assume you don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, I didn't. It's not something I've done a lot of research because we didn't even plan this. We saw on your Instagram account that you visited Tiger World Thailand, interacted with tigers there. When popular folks like yourself pose with wild animals, people are moved to support pay-to-play animal experiences for which big cat cubs are torn away from their mothers prematurely and denied their freedom, as well as anything remotely natural and important to them. Many facilities with animals operate under the guise of sanctuaries, but no facility that takes wild animals' babies away from their mothers and uses them for public interactions can be considered reputable. In the wild, tigers avoid humans and are naturally solitary, reclusive animals. Any human interaction with big cats poses dangers for both humans and felines. Captive big cats have attacked and killed their captors and visitors. The goal of a true sanctuary is to provide rescue animals with a natural habitat in order to restore as much as possible the life that they might have had in the wild. This means very limited to no interactions with humans. Any facility that uses young animals as photo props doesn't have the animal's best interest in mind. In the future, please feel free to use this as a resource. You can contact me anytime at
yada yada
to get information on particular facility exhibitor, knowing that they're not always what they appear to be. Thank you for your consideration.
Essentially saying that the industry as a whole is propped up by dumb tourists. Like, we're not dumb, but maybe we were just uninformed.
Naive.
You were naive.
Well, we almost went, but I was too scared.
I was not trying to die.
I literally, that's all I was thinking of, is like, this is me doing a face your fear kind of moment.
Well, you
it's
have
like
nothing
getting
to lose anymore. So
Yeah.
I like the fact that they were educational instead of bashing you like the rest of the people. Like, little,
Yeah.
that was scary.
Even what Lala said was pretty constructive.
I think she did a really good job on telling you.
I wish she would have reached out to you privately as opposed to publicly. But
I think people were just asking her, and she tried to answer.
Yeah.
So,
But that's okay. And
But
also,
people don't, like, when people ask me about what's going on with Lala, I'm always just like, well, you got to ask Lala.
but that's you.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna ask Lala. Lala's gonna give it to you.
Well,
Yeah.
when your guys' interaction at the Emmys didn't seem very awkward. It seemed healthy, right?
Yeah.
Right? It didn't feel contentious.
It's just hard. It's hard to know, like, with things like this, because you see a place that's really nice. And this place was obviously a lot nicer than the zoo.
It is like a 5-star hotel for the animals there, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So some might find it better, and some might go, no. If they, if they're in their natural form, it might be better. But obviously, there's the places like this will also, there's like pros and cons and everything. They will help the numbers of the endangered species animals to breed more, but then at the same time, what's the fine line between
Oh, yeah. It's like,
who's taking care of it or not?
because it's like having a
debatable.
white rhino in
Yeah.
in the wild is
But I don't think we're educated enough to
Yeah,
judge.
I just didn't
So
know.
we'll let other people debate about that.
Yeah, it's worth having a conversation about. But I'm glad I feel like, I don't know if you and Lala hugged it out, but let's just say it was fucking cool being at the Emmys, man.
Yeah.
It was fucking cool. Kyle was there.
That was my first
Kyle was my date.
Emmy attending
Yeah.
moment.
you
It was
guys-
epic.
You guys
Yeah.
looked very handsome.
Thanks,
And,
man.
you
So
You as well.
I gotta say, there's a certain amount of like clout. It just felt different. I felt like we were on a different level being at the Emmys.
Yeah.
And
You
you
know?
get to present.
We got to present
Yes.
me.
I think
Sandoval.
everybody was collectively pretty nervous. Sheena was really nervous.
Sheena looks really good.
She was good, though.
She looked
absolutely
good.
stunning.
I was a li-
She looked good.
Yeah, she looked really good. I mean, everybody did. She was funny. Lala was funny. I was okay.
You know, the first thing Katie said to me when I saw her at the ball afterwards, she's like, "Your joke sucked," but she said it in like a facetious way, and I liked the writing. I could do my joke, by the way. It was more my little shtick was like, as for my New Year's resolution, I think I'm gonna start wearing shoes more consistently. I feel like that'll be really good for me.
We threw his ugly slides away, and then he found them
I know.
when we were in Thailand.
Well, here's the thing. I gotta say though, there's something inherently badass about saying, if I did bomb, it's fucking a great privilege to get to bomb at the Emmys, right?
Yeah.
How many people ever get to present at the Emmys? And even if I did bomb a little bit, it was okay. There's inherent greatness in that, right?
Yeah.
think
It's
you
fucking
bombed.
cool.
Dude, it was, first of all, theater was stunning. It was amazing. Everybody was like, the energy was undeniable. It was so positive. Everybody was like really like enjoying the night. You could tell. And on top of that, the governor's ball afterwards was so cool. Like they had what, like a 15-person, 20-person cover band.
Yeah.
Like,
did either of you get starstruck at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
I got starstruck with the Queer Eye cast. I love those guys.
I love them.
We were nominated for Outstanding Unstructured Reality Program and Outstanding Picture Editing for an Unstructured Reality Program.
That's right.
I can see that you guys are very unstructured. So I don't know what the audience think when they said this is planned. I'm like, oh, this is not planned. They can't plan.
Were you nervous on stage, Tom?
I was.
You didn't seem nervous.
I was.
I was honestly, Tom, you know me well. I don't do great in auditions. But after 10 years on TV, I got to say, I didn't feel nervous at all. But for like a millisecond, and it felt like an eternity, I made eye contact with Kid Cudi, I think. And I love Kid Cudi. And he kind of like, I don't know, I got starstruck. And all of a sudden, I almost forgot all my lines. I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't read.
Flawless.
Both of us, we bonded over this. We both love Kid Cudi. But I saw him, and he kind of had a look on his face like, who the fuck is this guy? I could tell he had no idea who Vanderpump Rules cast were.
Come on.
I don't know, but anyways, it kind of just like, it sucked the wind out of me for a second. And I was like, all right.
Wait, he blew up the entire universe. Maybe he knows him, not you.
That's funny. Anyways, it was cool. Did you have a good time?
I did. The clips that they showed about our show were not good for me.
Not good for you.
It was good.
Let's
it was
qualify
good.
Oh, man. They're like two of like probably some of my worst moments on Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah. But they're giving you a moment to relive it. And you're going to have to relive your...
I know, but I wish they would have showed like some of the happier, fun, like sort of like big things that have had, like in a sense, like more like anybody can kind of understand or laugh at, like, what's happening. This was like very specific, like parts and references to very specific things on our show. It wasn't like vague.
Yeah, that was the moment you blew up the entire universe, so the audience love it.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a great point, Kyle. But I feel you, Tom. Something, because like this season, yes, it's heavy on addressing your affair, and all of that. But there's also so much more to this season.
Yeah,
it's got a ton of heart. It's funny too.
I laughed
could
my
talk about
ass
that
off
later.
this season.
When?
It was 3 words to describe this season: laugh, riot, knee jerker.
Sober, solitude.
No, definitely not. Anyways, man, the Emmys, it was
really cool.
I'll never forget that.
It's the coolest thing.
Up until this point, probably got the most cachet of anything we've ever done.
Yeah.
We've been nominated for MTV Movie Awards, which is really cool.
People's Choice.
We didn't win, so I stole the little centerpiece off there. Did you take one too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. It's on my mantle.
They said usually you have to get like at least 10 to 20 nominations before you really win.
Really?
That's what I heard.
It sounds legit.
Yeah, so you guys still need to
there
fight
was
for
a show,
many
there
more
was there was a show out there
nominations.
that did really well that has only been around for one season. So
I have not watched that show. I heard all the good things about it.
Yeah.
So that might not always be true.
They had the brooms out.
Well, I
Sweeping.
think sometimes people tend to take other show more seriously versus a reality TV show.
Yeah.
But then when you're in it, as your friend, I could see all of the blood and sweats and things that you guys need to sacrifice for the entire world to see, to share. It may not seem artsy, or it may not seem as big of a production compared to other company and documentary. So then I think people might neglect that part and taking the show more seriously. But in reality, I think people actually gave you a lot of recognition by watching it, by tuning in.
Yeah. We're artsy.
A lot of people at the governor's ball. A lot of writers that introduced themselves who are fans of the show came up to me and they're like, "Listen, while that show was great, I feel like you guys got robbed because you have brought us so much joy, and we love to see you suffer." No, I'm just kidding.
The craziest thing is my assistant. It's 21 years old.
Yeah, Ashley.
Yeah, and a lot of her friends literally start telling me they start watching the show because of your fucked up. So they don't just watch season 10. All these young group of people, like the
Gen
whole
Z.
generations, yeah, they literally start from season 1 and figure out everything. And I think she's at season 3 or 4 now.
Wow.
So it's good that you have a brand new group of audience that it's much younger. So now you have more pressures to stay young.
I literally just left Schwartz and Sandy's, and there was a couple there I sat down with, and they told me that they hadn't heard of the show before.
Sandoval.
Sorry. We're not saying that word anymore, by the way. You can just say the affair or the thing.
Yeah.
The affair.
Anyways, I was just joking. But no, anyways, they were like, it wasn't really on our radar. We heard about it, and we got sucked in. We went back retroactively. We watched from season 1, and we fucking are obsessed with you guys.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
At least we know it was worth it. Yeah.
How about that trip, huh?
Yeah.
We were eating, we were praying, we were loving,
Yeah.
right?
We conquer Hong Kong,
Yes.
Bangkok,
Yes.
Singapore in that order.
Yes.
What are your favorite moments in Hong Kong?
I would say the boat ride over in the bay with all the lights, the light show. There's this incredible light show pretty much every night. Like all the buildings light up in Hong Kong.
I mean, Tom, you didn't do a good job selling it. That was one of the most beautiful cityscapes
Most
I've ever
spectacular.
seen in my entire life.
So good.
I think they have advantage because Hong Kong is such a small city. So then, just to give you a perspective, all of the buildings are so close to each other, and then they need to keep building upward. So then the building is so high, and also they're one of the free trading market.
Yeah.
So then all of the biggest banks and all of these places who have like a lot of money, and then they put up a good light shows.
Yeah, there's a light show at like 8 and 9, I believe, and it's like 10 minutes long, and it's so cool. And we watched the sun go down on like an old style, classical looking.
A traditional fishing boat that's been repurposed
Yes.
as like a tourist little trip around the bay.
It
They
was
said the
so
boat,
cool.
the local called it junk.
Really?
It's like
It's
a
supposed
term
to
of
be a
endearment. Yeah, a
sailboat.
junk boat,
Yeah.
but it's like a retired fishing boat,
Yeah.
or sailboat. Yeah.
With the big red sails and like it was so cool.
Utterly.
They give you blankets. If you haven't tried it, you got to try it.
Ma-
They give you blankets, make sure you're cozy up, but they
Yeah.
sell you beer and alcohol.
With the most perfect DJ set I've ever heard in my entire life.
It was so good.
And top, for me, one of the top 10 beers I've ever had in my life. And I've been drinking
Yeah.
since
It
I was
was the-
probably 17.
Agreed.
Perfect moment.
Yeah.
The little breeze come by, and then the boat was red. All these lights. It almost smells like you can smell purple.
yeah.
Synesthesia, man.
I
I was smelling purple.
And the music that they play, it's like those high-end restaurant, and
Yes.
then we name it Time. That was the type of music, like.
It honestly, people throw this term around a lot, but it felt like we were in a movie. We were in a movie.
yeah.
And that was one of the most memorable moments of the entire trip.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, it's like for me, I found a new happy place, peace on earth, amongst many others. But my new happy place is a little plastic chair, a cold beer, and a little short glass like this.
Yeah.
Cold beer tastes better out of short glasses and a plastic chair. I promise you, if you get the opportunity, do that. And we had a great host, Packy, your friend.
Packy
Yeah.
was awesome.
Packy
We had a
was
local host,
awesome,
and
dude.
so was Kyle. You were an amazing
Yeah,
host.
thanks, Kyle.
And,
I just love Packy in helping us. My specialty.
Kyle speaks. You speak Cantonese.
I speak Cantonese. I speak Chiu Chow.
Yeah.
I speak Mandarin, and I speak Toisan. In English.
I speak
obviously.
English and bad English.
That was a good one. But anyways, you were a lovely host, and
Thanks.
we couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah.
It was so fun. We ate like kings, and
That restaurant we went to as well that overlooked the city in Hong Kong was really
That
cool.
restaurant was insane. Give a shout out to Aqua.
Kyle, in
nice.
case anybody wants, what was the district we stayed in Hong Kong? Up nestled near the mountain.
We stayed at Central, which is probably one of the main hub in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit more pricey since we only have 3 days. So I thought that we need to live in a more central location, which is Central.
Yeah.
And what was the hotel we stayed at?
We stayed at the hotel Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Shangri-La. Yeah,
right.
that was,
was
really
nice.
nice. Really nice.
We
Best
didn't
shower.
even get to enjoy it.
A little bit. I enjoyed it. But we were always out of the,
They have live music.
Man, Bangkok, the hotel we stayed in had the best view.
Bangkok was my duty. I picked a hotel, and I picked it because I thought it was a great location, and the rooms were massive. But the views left something to be desired. Did we take a picture?
We have a
three
picture of
beds
it.
in
Do you have
it.
a picture?
Yes.
Can we pull that
I
up?
have a picture.
For visual aid.
We had 3 beds in our room. I have no idea why. I don't understand that.
It was
Like
the party palace.
Well,
man.
special shout out to Princess who got us the best tour guy.
yes,
Even though
Judy.
they take us to the tiger den and got you in trouble, but obviously you have to take accountability for your actions.
Yeah. But I gotta say, I don't know, man. I was kind of doing some soul searching on this trip,
Me too.
and I feel rejuvenated. I feel excited again for life, like I haven't felt in a long time.
I feel like
Yeah.
I need a vacation to take care of
Vacation from the vacation.
yeah.
I feel
need a
that.
vacation from
We
this
kind of
vacation.
slowed down when we got to Singapore. We were less like on the go, less adventurous. We were less like
You were.
I was. I was tired at that point, man. I enjoyed sleeping in. I enjoyed like the hotel. We stayed at the Marina Bay Sands,
If you go
That
to
was
Singapore, you
awesome.
gotta do it.
which I highly. If you're first time you're going to Singapore, you gotta stay at the in my opinion, Marina Bay Sands. You can get into that like beautiful, skyscraping infinity pool. They have a lot of things connected to that hotel, including like the Garden of Lights.
Yes.
Which was so amazing. I was
They
really
have
emotional
everything
watching
there. That hotel, everything is there.
Yeah, they have a museum there as well. They have a casino.
yeah.
Yeah, tons of restaurants.
If you've been thinking about planning a trip to Southeast Asia, this is your sign.
I think out of all of them though, I would say I rank Hong Kong and Bangkok like up there. I really did enjoy Bangkok. Like I really did enjoy Thailand. I would like to go back there for sure and explore more of the country for sure. But Singapore, I think I'm good on Singapore.
I think Bangkok and Hong Kong suits your lifestyle right now.
Yeah.
But Singapore is amazing. It's just a little bit slower. So
Yeah.
it actually turned out to be perfect for our itinerary.
Yes.
We started off at Hong Kong, which is metropolitan city and exciting, and the weather is nice. So it's really comfortable. And then we have a nice friend taking care of us. And then we move on to Bangkok, which is the weather is a little bit hotter.
Yeah.
But it's more exciting. It's a city that it's like filled with like food, culture, and the
Yes.
tuk-tuk. It's amazing.
Yeah, lots of personality, lots of just randomness.
Yeah. And Singapore is just another level. They're like expensive. They have everything there. But special shout out to King Lim from Bling Empire.
Yes.
Yeah.
He sent us their family driver to take care of
Yes. It
was
our
so
whole
cool.
trip. It was totally spoiling us.
Yeah. Highly recommend getting, if you're going to go and you've never been, get a local tour guide.
Yes.
Yeah, especially in
Talk
Thailand.
Talk to your concierge.
Especially in Thailand. Just say no to the tiger sanctuary.
Yes. But
When we were in Thailand, we went to this Michelin star restaurant, and it was so good. I think it might have been my favorite meal. That was called
Local?
Local.
Yeah, I think
And-
they were Michelin star recommended or something. But
Yeah.
to me, they were full blown Michelin.
Yeah, the food was unbelievable. We had green curry, red curry. We had crab. We had those shrimp that had an egg inside the freaking
It was
head.
that big.
They had an egg inside the head. It was
papaya
so cool.
salad. Everything is delicious if you go to
Cocktails were
Bangkok.
so good. The
best
Gotta
cocktails.
Go to local.
I went back the second time without you guys.
Yes.
with Tyler.
I know.
Yeah.
And the tour guide, I brought the tour guide this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I took her and I said, I wanted to take you to a nice restaurant for taking care of us. And her name is Beauty, by the way.
Beauty, yes.
Inside and out. Anyway, so she explained to me that these food was actually for the royalty in the old days. So they actually went above and beyond to collect all of the ingredients that you don't really find. Even the local people have a hard time collecting all of those ingredients. So that's why it makes it so flavorful, and it has that finesse that even the local people say, I've never had anything like that. So
Yeah, it was so good.
That tracks. 'Cause,
highly recommend it.
I've never experienced flavors like that in my entire life.
Me neither.
Yeah. If you go locals, Bangkok, do not miss out.
We went to Pattaya as well.
Yeah,
that was
Pattaya
really
Beach.
Oh my God, the theme song. Me and Tyler.
cool. Welcome to
Welcome to
Pattaya.
Pattaya.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
That was my
Yeah.
favorite
Oh
song
my
of all
God.
time.
Of all time, huh?
Yeah,
Of all
Pattaya was
time.
awesome. We were going jet skiing as the sun was setting.
That was to me another amazing thing. Like we literally took jet skis out into the ocean right as the sun was setting. Is so beautiful.
It
Such a nice escape.
Oh, so serene.
That is the other reason why, if you have a tour guide. So basically, we were chilling at the restaurant, and these two just go, I think we should go jet ski. So
Yeah.
we have to call a tour guide immediately. They pull up the car 5 minutes, and then they call the local people, just so you know, because she called them.
Yeah.
And have them stop, like, don't leave yet. Wait for us. So we haul there immediately, and then we have a golden 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
I felt like we were in Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto.
But without the tour guide and a car standing by, there's no way you can make it.
yeah.
Yeah, especially in Thailand where it's not so expensive. Like even at that that restaurant local, like the dishes were roughly $10 to $12 a piece, which I mean they could have been way more than that.
Yeah, $10 to
Should've been.
$20, but then there are dishes that it's a lot more also.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because you lost your wallet, you didn't know.
I lost my wallet.
I think, just to give you a perspective, that it's supposed to be a very high-end restaurant. The four of us, we order everything, right? We have two
Everything.
rounds of alcohol, a bunch of really fancy appetizers.
Bottle of really nice sake.
Yeah, and the bill's about $350.
It should have been. I mean, here
Here would be like
in LA, it'd be like 800.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, on this trip, I had some of the best meals of my entire life that were under $5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chicken and rice, Michelin rated.
The Hakka
Forget
Center
about it.
in Singapore.
Yes.
In Singapore, it's crazy. You can have a dish for $5 Singapore dollars, so which is 25% less.
Yes.
Which is like $3 something a dish. Or we go to another corner, and then all of a sudden, how much is our other dinner?
You can
pick
buy
it.
it sometimes like a drink is like we saw this little airplane bottle of tequila at a place we went to karaoke. And
$40
it was $40
for a roadie.
and it was like it wasn't even to me it didn't seem like it was even ultra premium.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, if you're balling on a budget, it's a Thailand.
But then there was
like
like we would take a cab ride and it would be like $10.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was so strange, the pricing there. It was just very
Yeah,
weird.
Bangkok would be more predictable and more introductory.
Yes.
Yeah. Singapore, it's more like you better prepare for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You can do Singapore on a budget, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
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 Well, they have a trick. They said, I read the thing. If you don't want to stay at the Marina Bay Sands because it's super expensive, you could actually go straight up to Lavo
Oh yeah, and look
and
at the overlook
order
that
a
way.
drink or a soda there, and then you
Yeah.
can look up the view over there for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank
if you don't
you.
want to spend $700 a night to stay at Marina, which I think it was
It was
Yeah.
more than that.
$700 or $800 minimum, I think it's worth splurging if you can, spring for it just to experience it one time. It might be the most beautiful cityscape infinity pool on the planet.
Very pretty.
I'm sure you've all seen it. It's a bucket list thing.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to check it off, right?
Totally.
And it was so cool. We were out there, and it stopped raining, and well, it was the sun was out. It was kind of nice. Pool actually was not that packed, considering that everybody wants to be at this pool. It had been raining almost the whole time we were there, so this is the one day that the sun is out. It's not raining. We did still find a couple chairs in the water in the pool, and then it started raining, and everybody cleared out, but then it like stopped, and so we kind of had the pool all to ourselves.
Well, you can't really say it, but let me say it. It's hilarious because all the Asian immediately when the rain hits it, Asian people scared of the rain. They think that you're gonna catch a cold. So literally the rain came, all the Asian like disappeared. Like
you told me about
took off. So we have the whole pool. So if you want to go in January because it's not as hot. And then you know that the rain comes and goes. So you just go up there, wait for the Asian to leave, and then you get the whole pool.
This is like a common urban myth in Asian culture.
Yeah, your mom would be like, bring a jacket.
Yeah.
Bring a jacket. And don't ever let the rain drop touch you because you're going to catch a cold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's why they took off. All of them.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense in hindsight. Because, everyone evacuated immediately.
So quick.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't know this, but the karaoke was actually pretty expensive. And we found out later on, after the fact, they're like, oh, you're going to the family karaoke place versus the... And I'm like, family karaoke place? They're like, yeah, versus the other ones. And they're like, oh, no, it's not family. Meaning, I guess you can hire, like, escorts into the... Or whatever, into the karaoke rooms.
So you can hire a company.
Okay.
To accompany you, teach you how to sing. Maybe if
by the end you're gonna be like Celine Dion. Let's put it that way. Be singing like Celine Dion.
Yeah, it's like so family does not. When I read family, I just assumed it meant overly tame, closed by 10 p.m. No alcohol. But no, family is good. Unless you're looking for company.
Well, karaoke is quite expensive.
It's
half the price for family ones.
Yeah, that's why that bottle of tequila was $40 because it was the non-family one.
Yes,
we didn't realize that till later.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome. We give you more tips again.
Yes. Go to unless you want company or singing lessons, then go to the family ones.
Yeah, that's actually a great tip.
It is.
And the other tip is Thailand. You might think it's fancy to hire a tour guide and a car, but they charge us almost double because of New Year's Eve that weekend. So our tour guide was about $120 per day. And then the car with the driver standing by was $130. So to split it up with four of us, so it's only $200 a day. And they said they only work 8 hours a day, but they were working OT and they didn't even leave until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So I tried to give them tips and she
Yeah.
still rejected it, but we forcefully gave her tips.
Yeah.
So half the price if you're going off season.
Thanks for bringing that up, Kyle, because I listen, I get it. Money's tight. And a couple extra $100 might not be doable for everyone, but if you can scrounge together that money, it will pay dividends.
I say get a cheaper hotel because you're not going to be in it anyways.
Yes.
Get one with the
3 beds.
The garbage.
with the garbage field.
The 3 beds. I don't get it, but
it's a family room.
I know, but like
no, he basically get us a bigger room. It's a VIP family suite. That's what he booked.
Oh, okay.
They just didn't mention to him about that unwanted trash.
And I didn't want to harp on this, and I didn't want to scare you guys. But when we first got in there, I looked out the window and I saw the garbage, and I was like, "Oh, it's kind of bleak." But then I looked a little further into the garage, and I saw the silhouette of a tall, slender man. It might have been Slender Man. And it was really creepy.
He was just with a Coke can.
No, what?
Just kidding.
What is that a reference to? Oh.
But when you're in Thailand, you have to take the tuk-tuk or tuk-tuk.
Oh yeah.
That's the most.
And definitely
amazing.
The water market, the boat market. That was so cool. Like you see in the movies, like you've seen in like if you're a James Bond fan, The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah.
He's in the boat market. Ah, there it is. Golden gun.
Kyle, can you tell them what a tuk-tuk is?
A tuk-tuk, it's basically a motorcycle connected with
A couple seats,
Couple seats.
like two benches.
trailer.
yeah.
And I again, one of the great.
Usually fit 3 people comfortably.
Yeah.
But if you want the ultimate experience, you should pack 5 or 6 of your friends in there. It's not illegal.
Your trip to Thailand is not complete until you've been in the back of a tuk-tuk,
Definitely.
half hammed, maybe 5 beers deep,
Yep.
belly full, and just feeling that cool breeze in your face.
What kind of lobster
More
was
like
that that we
hot
had?
air.
Yeah, boy. Okay, fair. That's fair.
Yeah. What kind of lobster was that we had?
The lobster with
The
no
crazy
claw.
looking one.
I don't know. It looks
It was so colorful and cool
it
looking.
looks pretty.
Hey, we were
Yeah.
supposed to get tattoos. What's up, man?
I'm glad we didn't.
What?
I think my anxiety would have been 10 times worse knowing I had a tattoo.
Dude, like 4 episodes ago, you were talking about getting a neck tattoo.
That's
What
different.
happened?
That's
That was
different.
4 episodes ago. People change.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Give him a chance.
you're right. Fair point, Kyle.
Speaking of people changing, the new episode the new season of Vanderpump Rules is airing soon.
Yeah.
And we have our premiere party next week
On the 17th.
at what is it?
I think it's at the Crypto Arena.
Hollywood Palladium.
It
The
is.
Palladium, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's
And
a
I think
ticket-
they're selling tickets.
there's still tickets available. They're
They
a little
can
pricey.
fit 4,000 people there.
Wow. I did not
Can
know
you imagine how many pictures that you have to take with people?
that. That is wild. I did not know that.
I got my COVID vaccine.
Got like 6 of them.
Yeah.
But no, if you guys want to come, I think tickets are still available. They're a little pricey, so brace yourself for some sticker shock. They're 200 bones. But
Half the price compared to the BravoCon.
yes, that's a good point, actually. We'll all be there. The entire cast will be there. Me and Tom might end up slanging some drinks. Who knows? Probably not. Maybe some shots. But we'll be there if you want to come, mingle, co-mingle, take some selfies.
Take some selfies with the devils or the angel.
Wait, who's the
That's-
devil?
I don't
That's
know.
debatable.
Who's the
But
devil?
for now. Yeah. Okay, I like that, Kyle.
What?
Yeah. How much? What's your anxiety level for this upcoming season?
Wow, I like that question. I think it ebbs and flows because I think of some key moments that I'm just dreading. But for the most part, I'm really excited for this season. I know it's going to be probably rough in the first half for you. But
I think most of it.
I think
Most of it?
I think at least we'll see the beginning of a redemption arc.
Are you prepared to take on another hit?
Yeah. I'm preparing myself. You can never like truly prepare yourself, but
Yeah.
I think the audience really wanted to see how you own up to it this time. Like, own it.
yeah.
This might be one of the most heartfelt Raw seasons in the history of Vanderpump Rules, and
I think so.
I think so. I mean, we had some really deep moments and reconnected with some people that I've been on the fray with, and I gotta say, what do they say, Tom? The comeback's always better than the setback.
Oh, do they say that?
I've heard it before.
Oh, okay.
The Situation posted that quote earlier.
Oh,
I like him.
They say
I love
if they
Jersey
slap
Shore.
you on your right side of your face, you need to let them slap your left side.
Oh,
So
like-
this season will be left. The first season is right, and you take it like a champ,
oh man.
and hopefully the audience will cut you a break if you own up to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I'm not perfect, obviously. I didn't handle everything. I didn't handle this like great all the time. Definitely have a few setbacks for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm learning. I'm listening. I'm open. And I'm trying. So
Yeah. I think
I'm having anxiety for this season.
no, it's
Usually I'm just the jewel.
you're gonna see Kyle a lot more.
Yeah.
yeah. Kyle, give everybody just a brief biography, a brief overview. Just like maybe 1 minute.
Well, my assistant literally just showed me a lot of things today. They worry about my positions on the show, and I told them I'm just a guest cast and I'm just the friend who stood by. So basically, I think a lot of people misunderstood misunderstood me or not knowing my background, they would think that I'm taking care of my family jewelry business or whatsoever, but it's actually not true. If you do a little digging on Google, you'll know that I actually grew up from a very poor family. And I was basically the child labor for my dad's factory.
Yeah.
And
you grew up in the
I grew up in Kowloon Walled City. It's intense. It's one of the densest city, basically almost a slum in the world. But I'm proud of it. And when I was young, I actually have no idea that I'm living in a slum. I was happy until people call me out, until people think that I'm living in that dump. But to me, it doesn't hurt my feeling. I've always had that like thick skin for some strange reason, because I guess maybe you have to grow up in that kind of environment.
Yeah.
And I moved here by luck, I guess, because my dad dated my stepmom and she lives here. She wanted my brother to be born in America so he can be the president of the United States. But he's a nurse now, going for a doctor.
That's
and follow the Chinese tradition. You have to be like one or the other.
Shout out to all the nurses, by the way. Respect.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So then I did all kinds of odd jobs. I've been a waiter, I've been bartender, I've been everything else, hair and makeup.
You work for the airlines?
Worked for an airlines, and then I finally got a job at a jewelry company that it's a smaller scale, like retail. I did it for 7 years, and then I did another 7 years at a much bigger scale wholesale company. And then after that, I finally get on my own, and I started off with one table at the Art Walk and
downtown LA, right?
Downtown LA,
yes.
And then I did flea market, I did everything else like everybody else.
Yeah.
And then struggle until I finally get my actual enough money to do trade shows, and then we grew to like about 300 wholesale account. And I also go through a lot of ups and downs when the COVID hit, all of our accounts gone, then we make a big comeback with our website, things, everybody supporting us during the pandemic, and we open a flagship store now.
Yes, it's on 3rd Street. It's utterly gorgeous. If you're in West Hollywood, if you're in LA, check out Kyle Chan's store. Maybe have brunch at Toast first and then mosey on over.
It's great. He's got like a really nice bar, and it's a really fun experience.
It's epic. We open 11 to 5 by appointment only.
Yes, and it's gorgeous. I guarantee if you go in there, you can find something for every price range, by the way. And we should take a second just to acknowledge Kyle Chan. You're a great friend. You're one of my best friends on the planet, but you're also the American fucking dream.
Yeah.
You came here with absolutely nothing. You were born with a plastic spoon in your mouth.
Plastic spoon.
Not even
the plastic spoon.
Not even. But you've worked your way up. You grinded from very humble beginnings, and now you're a great success story. And I got to say, it's been an honor to be with your friend the whole way.
Yeah.
You've collaborated with, I don't know if you want to name drop or not, but
everybody from Lady Gaga to
Beyonce
to
Tom Schwartz
to Taylor Swift.
I wanted to mention
Tom Sandoval.
La La Land.
La La
The
Land.
Lightning Bolt.
I love the La La Land piece. I had one. I lost it. I'd like to get another one.
Sure.
But go check out his store. This is a great human being right there.
Yeah,
And,
great friend, man.
yeah,
I'm glad we were able to take this trip together. You've
That was the best trip ever.
You've been with me and through a lot with me, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah. We love you, Kyle. And,
Love you, dude.
I feel like that trip was pretty. It served its purpose. Wait, that sounds not good. That was not glamorous at all.
We
It
should have
served its
forced
purpose.
one more country within that 11 days.
It was fucking transformative, and I know due to
I learned a lot.
Yeah, we did, honestly. I feel that was an education.
Some easy way, some the hard way.
Yeah. But it's a privilege to get to travel. I know not everyone can do it because of maybe budgetary concerns, family matters, physical impairment, whatever. But if you can find a way, fucking go travel.
Start with Thailand.
Start with
Totally
Thailand.
affordable.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyways, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
0 days.
Wait, I don't understand the 0 date reference.
Well,
It's like days and days since the last incident.
They have those in the back of every bar, restaurant.
They have them in like factories,
hotels. Yeah. So back to
now they have them in podcast studios.
yeah.
Your zero doesn't really look like a zero. It looks like a moon.
Okay. Well, I'm working on it.
Got the point. Well, anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, Kyle.
Yay!
Thanks so much for
KC.
coming over and
Thank you.
for that was such a great trip and yeah.
Vietnam next, right?
Vietnam.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Woo.